Hello, everybody. I wanted to do a check-in because I gave everybody an experiment to do on Friday, and I want to check in with the people that did it on Friday to see if they had any results within the 48 hours we were asking about the experiment. Oh, heavens. Let's see if anybody's around tonight, huh? Let me post this on Facebook. I hope everybody had an awesome weekend. I've just been in awe of the universe all weekend. All weekend. I just wow, universe, wow. That's all I can say. And I've watched people going through some shifts and changes like you wouldn't believe. Okay, let me edit this. Okay. Yeah, we may not get anybody in tonight, but we'll see. I just wanted us to see if anybody had any results. Okay, so what we did, okay, and Pam Grout has an experiment in her book where you ask the universe to bring you a gift within 48 hours. And several of the people on Friday nights put that energy out. And it's just been such a phenomenal expanding week. And the next week will be in this energy also. I wanted to check in and see if anybody had any results. I know one person got a hold of me that they had a huge gift. So it's we're just waiting. Yes. See, there's Casey. Hi, Casey. At least you're here, hon. But I'm trying to make you aware, and my oldest daughter who comes on the channel had a huge epiphany about this weekend. Is the universe does listen. The universe does listen. The universe does respond. And it's funny, we started the experiment before she had her epiphany. But it's just, like I said, it's been such an expansive weekend, an expansive week. And it's funny because there's certain trigger words that have popped up all this week too, not just transformation and change, but makeover. Makeover in our lives at this point. What can we do to make over ourselves? What can we do to inspire others to make themselves over? What we could do to support people in their makeovers? Hi, newbie. Did you do the experiment, newbie? I know Casey did. She had a result. But I wanted to check with you guys and see if you had any results from the 48-hour experiment. And if not, to encourage you guys to ask the universe for a gift within 48 hours. Okay, so, okay. Yeah, you had a makeover yesterday, but you also had the gift of sleep. Okay, so, and this is another one of the reasons I wanted to go on real quick live for a little bit was we're doing an experiment. Okay, ask the universe for a gift within 48 hours. No expectations, just leave it all open and see what the universe brings you. Just ask, universe, please, I I would like to receive a gift from you from within the next 48 hours. Yes. Yes. So I'm encouraging, I want to, because I give you guys homework all the time and not everybody does the homework. I'm really encouraging you guys to do this, especially as things are as much as of things that are manifesting. Um, we're manifesting this last week. Oh, I did it. I did it years ago, and I was just amazed. I had somebody contact me. They wanted me to. They offered me two $1,200 classes. Two $1,200 classes. They gifted them to me because they wanted me to help them evaluate where they might need to shift and change some things. Oh, so you were able to lift your arm today, hon? Take it slow and easy. Yeah, and if we can get everybody on board this week to do this experiment, include some of your friends. Okay, we're going to talk about Friday night. We're going to talk about building some shields to of peace. Okay, Austin brought it up because I encourage people to do a monthly shield. Okay, do you think that oil helped you to lift your arm, Casey? Do you think you were able to lift your arm because of that oil? But and in January we'll start it again. What you do to build a shield a year, it's a year long process. Okay, um, you ask the universe for a gift every month on the new moon, and then you take that gift that you get every month on the new moon and you build a shield out of it. You can do a healing shield, a peace shield, a happiness shield, whatever. Amazing how a little bit of essential oils could make a difference, huh, Casey? I'm just sorry the Leadum didn't help as much. You could have taken the Leadum every few hours too to see if that would have helped. But yeah, if that oil helped, that's huge. That'll, just remember to take it slow and easy though. Just because you're feeling a little better, you can stretch it a little bit. Doesn't mean you can overdo it, hon. Okay? But like I said, that's one of the things we're going to eventually talk about doing, like emergency kits of medicines and stuff that we know that work. Okay, and that's one of the things that that's one of the things that we're going to work on is recommending things for emergency kits. No, Jenna, I'm doing a check-in because I encouraged everybody on Friday night to ask for a gift from the universe within 48 hours. It's been 48 hours. Did you ask for a gift from the universe, hon? Casey got a gift. She got a couple gifts. And how's Jenna tonight? I know, I know, I know. Oh, you got some good news? Oh, what kind of good news did you get? Let's hear it. Honey, the energy has just been phenomenal. My daughter went through a major, major epiphany on Friday night. Yes, Casey got a gift today too, thanks to Casey. Oh, yes. Hold on, girl. Yes, that is good news. That is good news. Hi, Kelly. How you doing, hon? Kelly, did you do the 48-hour experiment, hon? Yes, yes, yes. My nose is running now all of a sudden. Why is my nose running? Who's got a runny nose all of a sudden? I've got a runny nose all of a sudden. You're nervous about the MDA may need an American room. Yeah. I hope that's true. I hope that's true. Okay, so this is, and I'm pushing this experiment this week. Okay, I want everybody to try this. I just feel like this is so important, especially this week. Okay, I want you to ask the universe for a gift within 48 hours. Okay, ask for a gift from the universe within 48 hours. No expectations. Just leave it open and see what the universe brings you within 48 hours. This is one of these things. It's a gift in learning to receive. Okay, but it's always also showing faith and trust in the universe that they will give you something. Yeah, I want you guys to start learning, doing little exercises to learn how to receive. Okay, if somebody offers to take your groceries out for you, say yes. Somebody offers to open the door for you, say yes. You know, it's learning to receive. That's huge. Well, yeah, I've been emotional all week, but especially this weekend. I just get so filled with gratitude that I just feel this emotion, this love just spreading through my whole body. It hits my nose. My nose starts itching. I start crying, just expressing all this gratitude. It, wow, universe. Wow. That's what I posted on my Facebook. All I can say is wow. Wow. You work today, Kelly? Just because you're working doesn't mean you can't put an intention out to the universe. So try this. Try this, Kelly. Okay. When you go into work, I want you to visualize the whole area in pink. The people you work with, the area, everything. Visualize it in pink. Okay, because we are very telepathic creatures, hon. Okay, and it's funny because I was telling the physician's assistant this on Thursday. You know how sometimes you know who's going to be on the phone before you answer it, or you think about somebody and they call. That's very much the the tapping into the collective, the tapping into the telepathy with other people, right? Whatever you think about other people, they're going to pick up on. Okay, so you want to shift how you think about people. But if you visualize everything in pink, it not only starts to change how they react to you, but it changes how you react to them, how you see them also. Does that make sense? So Start visualizing everything in pink when you walk in the door. People, places, things. I tell people this, especially when they go to court. Put some rose quartz in your pockets. Visualize the judge, everybody in pink. You know, if you've got one particular person that really, really irritates you the most, visualize them in pink underwear. If that doesn't make you laugh, nothing else will, you know? Yeah. But see, the thing, there's such a fine line between what our reality tells us is psychotic and what is a spiritual awakening. It's that's one of the reasons we can help support each other. We can't help with diagnosing medical issues, but we can support you in a lot of the things that you're going through. Yeah, throw the pink quartz at him. Yeah. Well, Casey, I told you, take a picture of him, print it up, get a pink piece of paper and wrap him in that pink piece of paper and put it in your drawer and see if that doesn't help shift some of the energy. You don't always have to visualize it. You can physically do some things also, you know? But if we change the way we think about a person, that also changes the way they respond to us. If we're feeling hostile to them, they're going to pick up on that and they're going to be hostile back to us. You know, if you visualize a boundary between you and that other person, that will also help some things, you know, rather than verbally or physically putting in, you know, a boundary. You can visualize boundaries also, you know. There's so many things we can do. A voodoo doll. Yeah, visualization, but not everybody can visualize things. That's why, you know, put them in pink. If you want to work on healing somebody, you could put them in pink paper. You could visualize them in not pink paper, green paper. Okay. They talk about green with envy, but that's like a distorted green. You listen to some of the metaphors. Green is also healing. You know, it's prosperity and abundance. Now, it's funny because green is associated with money and love because Venus is the planet of love and money. Also related to heart chakra. And I think maybe we need to talk about colors a little more. Not so much related to the heart chakras, but okay, let me make a note of that. Colors. Shields. Experiments. Okay. And I saw something today that I thought was a good one to put out there too. You're not here as fixers of problems. You're here as birthers of solutions. Abraham Hicks. I love that. I absolutely love that. I found that just before we came on. That is so awesome. Yes. But, you know, visualizations are so important, you know. Visualize what you want in your life. But visualize it in a like an open way, because once you visualize something too specific, then the universe can't manifest what's best for you, you know. You know, I had a guy, oh my God, I want to cry. When I was on Facebook, there was a gentleman that was coming in. He was getting readings done. He had multicolored eyes. My son has gold and blue eyes. Sometimes they look green. This guy had like 10 different colors in his eyes. And he did some research on it, and I can't remember what he said, But this man had been a drug addict. He was trying to reconcile with his wife, have a better relationship with his child. He spent about 3 years fighting the addictions, doing really well. And then out of the blue, I got a text message, and it was from his wife. She says, I kind of want to know what you guys talked about. Because he uh, at Thanksgiving that year, he had ran into somebody, and he had did drugs and overdosed that Thanksgiving. He had been clean for 3 years. She goes, he told me you helped him so much. But we went through the spiritual tools. We went through a lot of his feelings, and he learned to meditate and ground and everything. And it's like, and then what I know now is with the who does it belong to tool, how much of that energy that he was picking up wasn't even his, that he got back on the drugs again, and that just breaks my heart, because his daughter. But he sent me a bunch of information, and there was a lot of spiritual information on the multicolored eyes, and I'll have to go back and see if I can find his messages with all that information on it. Yeah. He's gonna be okay. Yeah. Say what again, Casey? Tell me which one you want me to say it again. There is some spiritual connections. You're printing a picture of your ex now. He's going to be the Pink Panther. That's funny. Yeah, you could do like a Pink Panther. Okay. You're not here as fixers of problems. You're here as birthers of solutions. We are not here to fix problems. We are not here as fixers of problems. Okay, so Kelly, do you know, if you look at, okay, hold on, we'll talk about eyes in a minute, okay? Let me type this. And even that quote makes me want to cry. It makes me want to cry because I want to be part of the solution. I want to be part of the solution. I want to be part of the change. That's why I encourage you guys to find you and then go out and spread that you into the world, So if you look at messages from tears, okay, they can tell the difference between tears of grief, tears of joy. They all have different structures to them, different shapes, okay? And I don't know if there's, let's see. See, this is when we need Jack. Jack always does the research for me. Okay. Okay, there's sacredness and tears. They are not the mark of weakness, but of power. Where is it? Yeah, I'm not finding it right now. But they have done research where they have looked at tears that, tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of gratitude, tears of grief, tears of fear. There is a similar pattern, but they're not all the same, but there is a similar pattern. That's the same thing with Dr. Emoto's book. Okay. Messages from Water. I remember I went through that book about 20 times, and then one day I really sit down and looked. They showed, because everything is different, right? They showed love in 7 different languages. Okay. They showed love on the water in 7 different languages. When they froze them and made the little crystals out of them, they formed very similar patterns. Very similar patterns. I have an idea where the book is, but it's too hard to get to right now. So if you are feeling angry, if you're feeling hatred, how much do you think that affects your body? Your body is 80% water. So what you're putting out is also affecting you, not somebody else. You know? My dad had the blue eyes with the gold in the middle, and sometimes they looked green. Yeah. Now my youngest son has that. One of my nieces had that. But otherwise, my eyes are blue. My sister's eyes were more like a turquoise. One of my sisters. Yeah. Hi, DJ. Did you do your 8-hour experiment, hun? Yes. Just remember. Okay. And I was talking about, we're starting a healing group here in my county. Okay. And I was talking about earlier, I said, when you are trying to lose weight, I said, because we were talking about the power of the spoken word. This lady says she may have 2 copies of the book that I think that I'm looking for. Okay. So she's going to give me a book on the power of the spoken word. The thing is, watch what you're saying. That's being in the now. So when you, for example, okay, when you want to lose weight, you don't want to lose weight. You want to release the weight. Because if you lose something, the subconscious mind is going to go look for it. You know what? This is the perfect time. Whether it takes a little more than 48 hours, DJ, I feel this is why I'm here on Sunday night. I feel like this is an important time because I watched my daughter. Yeah, try rewording it. I watched my daughter go through a major epiphany a couple minutes after midnight while we were still online Friday night. It's like Star was saying, she's going through a major breakthrough. And my daughter, as she was saying that, my daughter had logged off to go get a headphone. 2 minutes after midnight, she started going through a major epiphany. Major epiphany. And so that was huge for her. And I'm sorry, but Mom was laughing. I'm laughing. You're laughing. It's not. Don't limit the universe, honey. Don't limit the universe ever. Don't have any expectations. Just be open to receiving. You can ask what else is possible, what other possibilities are here, but be open to, because the universe sees the whole picture. We don't. And the universe responds. Oh, thank you, Kelly. But that's what we're here for. we're here for. We're here to encourage each other, to help each other, to support each other. You know, and there's other people that come in with knowledge. I learn as much from you guys as you do from me. You know, but you know, and I have always tried to be humble. And people tell me, "Oh, you do good works, and you do this, and you do that," and I've always kind of brushed it off. But I need to. I am learning to accept that because you guys are a reflection of who I am. You guys are so loving, caring, nurturing, acceptance of other. I've been on here what 8 years, almost 8 years, and we've only had a couple altercations between people in 8 years. I have almost 1,000 videos up, but look at our group. You just say it out loud, Kelly. Universe, I'm asking for you to give me a gift within 48 hours. Thank you. You know, it's a lesson in receiving. It's a lesson in seeing that the universe does respond, you know? You guys all need to read the book, asking you shall receive. That's a lesson my daughter learned Friday night with her epiphany. Asking ye shall receive, and then be careful what you ask for. Make sure it's what you want. You know, I told her that. Make sure that's what you want. Because the universe loves you so much. And I brought this up to my oldest son the other night. I said, I brought you guys up with the attitude. The universe loves you so much, it will give you whatever you ask for. Just remember, the universe is neutral. There's no positive or negative. You are what's creating what's positive or negative. You are creating your reality by your choices and decisions. And you are the one that gives permission to yourself to allow that energy to come in. If something doesn't manifest for you, that's because you're blocking it. In what ways are you blocking it? By some kind of point of view or belief system, you know? Yeah. And you know, so let's hey Jano, did you do your experiment, Jano? Did you ask for a gift within 48 hours? If not, ask it now. Okay? I want everybody to do this before Friday. So if you okay, so be careful of the resistance, Kelly. Okay? Because what you resist persists, or what you resist is what you're going to manifest. Okay? What you resist is going to manifest. So if you do not want to manifest that person, you're going to manifest it. Because the universe doesn't acknowledge good or bad. Okay? The universe only knows that this specific person is on your mind, so it's going to manifest it for you. Okay? And so this is something popped up this weekend also. Somebody was complaining about witch. They have put a negative connotation on witchcraft. Like Susie that comes on Friday night, she's a hedge witch. She worships Mother Nature. You know, the herbs, the plants, Mother Nature, the earth, sun, you know, everything. and there's nothing negative about that. The God gave us free will. Okay, it is bad when you try to take away somebody else's free will. Okay, Jano, I want you to ask for a gift from the universe within 48 hours. Don't say it any other way, hon. And watch what comes in. It may take a little more than 48 hours, okay? But watch for something. Ask for a gift and leave it open to the universe. Okay? Ask for a gift and leave it open to the universe. This
Hello.
Hi. This is a lesson in learning how to receive, hun. Now you can ask for something specific the week, okay, after that. But now we're focusing on an ended asking for a gift from the universe. Now there's a major lesson in asking for something specific also, but we'll talk about that on Friday night. Okay, so there's a difference. Next week you could ask for something specific, but this week leave it open ended. Hi CC99, is this your first time here, hon? But I encourage you all, everybody here, everybody listening, ask God, the universe, whatever you call it, for a gift within 48 hours and watch what comes in. It's a lesson in learning to receive.
Do you know anything about stones, Casey?
A little bit.
Selenite?
Which kind?
Selenite?
Oh, selenite?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good stone. It doesn't need to be cleaned,
Mm-hmm.
but it cleans other stones and stuff. I'd like to come in and I'd like to come in and ask the angels to clear the energy anyway. Here's a healing one, right here. I keep it on the desk.
Ooh,
This is a yellow one.
pretty.
Yeah, yeah. It clears energy. It clears energy. So, hun, we do spiritual talk. There there's no. It doesn't have to be 48 hours, hun. I know the universe doesn't have a watch, but this is just to get past the subconscious mind a little bit. Okay, does that make sense, Casey? We are here to support people in their spiritual growth, whether you are day one of your spiritual growth or 20 years into your spiritual growth. If you have any questions, okay, if you have any questions, anything, ask. There's no such thing as a stupid question. And yeah, you're right, immediate. Why not if you want it? But the thing is, how fast is your subconscious mind going to let you have it? And how fast is, and the universe sometimes has to find a way around your belief systems also. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes it doesn't. Within 24 hours my gifts showed up for me. You know,
Um, I have a question.
ask.
Okay. Not to be, how do I word this? Not to be paranoid, but you know how programming in TV and movies, are they all harmful, or just moderation's okay, or just should I completely not watch anything?
Well, it depends on, okay, to me it's just fantasy. Okay, I don't buy into it. I don't buy into that's how it's reality. I've been like that since I was a little kid. Well, once I got to a certain point because I was scared to death by some movies and stuff that I saw. but I started realizing that this stuff was not real, that it was all fantasy. Um, so for me, I don't know. I don't watch the news except for the last, I don't know, something pops up like this Palestinian Israeli stuff. Um, that I want to project pro peace to. So I don't want to block it. I want to be aware what's going on, be in the now, and send positive healing pro peace energy.
Mhm.
But it's your points of view around it. To me, the movies are fantasy. They're not real.
Mhm.
So it's, yeah, yeah. Like Jano says, yep, you got to be aligned with it, and it has to be aligned with what God wants for you. Yeah. But see, I kind of question that, Jano, because the universe, like I raised my kids, I told them the universe loves you so much. The universe provides the energy. The universe is neither black or white, positive or negative. The universe just is. It's love. We come in to learn the lessons. We come in to experience these things, but this is a this is a world of duality. It's the only one that's been created as a world of duality. We are the ones that create the reality. Okay? So the universe only responds to what we are putting out there. That's why I talk about the wish card so much. What are you focusing on? The universe cannot tell, the universe does not differentiate between what is positive and negative. It only knows that you are dwelling on something and it says, oh, okay, they're worrying about this, that, and that. I'm going to give them more things to worry about.
Um, I have a question kind of regarding that.
Okay.
I have some things that my body needs to either fight off or heal from within it health wise. Otherwise it's you know, permanent and I don't want it to be that way. So what do I do for an affirmation?
Okay. First thing I do when the doctors tell me something, I clear it in the bubble technique. Because once it gets in that subconscious mind, you're locking it in.
Okay.
So what else is possible here? Ask your body, what do you need? Just like I was talking, I tell you guys a story. I stand in the middle of the living room and I'm asking my body, what do you need? And I hear beats. Beats? Okay. So I come in and I look at beets. Beets are like a superfood. They help your body uh, with these major antioxidants for healing and stuff. I said, okay, so the body is asking me for some beets. Sometimes you're craving something. It may be not that you're craving a whole bowl of ice cream. It may be that you just want one little tiny bite of it. You just kind of gotta learn to communicate with your body.
Mhm.
But ask your body what it needs. I would clear any diagnoses in the bubble that the doctors have told you and ask what else is possible. Listen to your doctors, but I want you to advocate for yourself also because you have watched the last 18 months, everything that I've been through. They keep telling me it's heart and lungs, but it's not. It's stomach. And this doctor is seeing that now after 18 months. And it's funny because my eye doctor was asking me what was going on, and I was telling him, and he says, one of my teachers told me, always listen to what the patient tells you the first time, because that's normally where the problem is, because we go off on this whole big tangent and down the rabbit hole, and we get away from what they're telling us is the problem originally. Listen to your patient. Listen to what they're telling you originally. And they haven't been doing that. They've been resistant, and this doctors are they're yeah, they're listening though. They're listening. And we're starting to come down. Like we found out I do not have enough stomach acid for one thing. That's why I'm not digesting a lot of things. And then there was a medication that was causing a lot of problems too. Yes, yes. But just remember, like I was saying, Jano, the universe is neutral. We are here to learn. I was literally going to write the very first time, and then you confirmed it. Yeah. So, but it's again, what you create your reality with your belief systems. This is why I teach you the bubble technique. It's a way to find similar techniques, whatever works for you. The bubble technique is not the buy all, end all. There are so many techniques out there. I encourage you guys to find ways to clear the programs and belief systems that you have been given from your parents, society, ancestors, cultures, everything. Find your own reality, find your own truth. Question everything, even what I tell you. You know? Oh no. I hope they're okay, Casey. Hey Mojo. Yeah, listen to your body. Yeah. But it's just the universe loves you so much it will give you whatever you want. What are you going to allow the universe to give you? And what are you focusing on? If you're focusing, like Casey is our sunshine, okay? Casey 526 is our sunshine. She is a major manifester. She focuses on. She came in this lifetime, I think, with a pretty clear slate. She does have things pop up, and she works through them. And she looks at different perspective and stuff. But she's a go getter, and she manifests all these wonderful things all the time. But other people have belief systems and programs. Some of the first things I have you clear with the bubble technique is it's better to give than it is to receive. That's a program. You have to work hard for your money. That's a program. Money doesn't grow on trees. That's a program. Money is the root of all evil. That's a program.
I get confused about something.
What, hun?
How do we figure out what our soul wants to be? Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to figure that out, like, or if I'm supposed to just, I don't know.
Kelly, what have I been talking about all year? What's the main thing I've been pushing all this year?
Well, even if I ask myself all those questions, isn't that ego asking it?
No, you're trying to know who you are. Ego puts up blocks for you manifesting things. Oh, you can't do that. You're not smart enough to do that. You don't have the education for that. That's the ego. The ego throws up blocks. When you are asking, who am I? What are my fears? What are my illusions? What pushes my buttons? What brings me joy? What brings me happiness? What would I like to have in my life? Not things outside yourself, things, feelings that you are. Look at your negative self talk. Your negative self talk is ego. Okay. And I told somebody yesterday, would you tell another person your negative self talk? Would you not consider that as abuse if you told somebody else what you're telling yourself? Okay. And if you start finding out who you are, the Bible talks about it all the time. Know thyself. Know thyself. Okay. It's so important to know who we are. If we know who we are, we know where our triggers are, we know where our weaknesses and stuff are, what our happinesses are, what, brings that joy and everything. People should not be able to push our buttons.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that we need to work on,
Mm-hmm.
What grand and glorious adventures can we co-create the universe? Yes.
I love that quote.
I know. Casey jumped on that the first day, and yeah. The Trinity, yes, the Father, the Son, and I remember years ago there was a series of little videos, and I had a CD on it. This woman she was in her 70s or 80s, and she would sit down and she would draw, and she would go into automatic drawing and automatic writing, and her guides would talk to her. She didn't consider them guides. She just said they were angels. And they used to tell her things. And she was a very, very religious woman. And she says, I'm going to tell you a secret. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is actually the feminine energy. But religion doesn't want you to know that, because how many people have been programmed that women aren't anything? Just like in like Iran, women are worse than dogs. They're demons. They're not worth anything, But men came in and conquered women, and we've been fighting that for centuries now. Women used to be the ones in charge. They held the temples, the matriarchal rights, and the lineage went down through the womb because, yeah. But I think we are in the beginning of a shift of that. One of my Native American teachers had told me, like, God, oh sissy, probably about 35 years ago, she said, we were here, okay? It's like a clock. Okay, so we went to the feminine energy in charge, to the masculine energy in charge, and now we need to come back to a balance. And I think that we are starting to come back into that balance a little bit. People are actually stepping forward. Okay. So, Cece, you want to come on and talk? You can come on and talk too, hon. Everybody can come in and talk. I am here to teach. I'm here to give you tools to heal yourself and find out who you are. What is your truth? All those programs, belief systems that we have been taught our lives are everybody else's points of view, especially religious points of view about who we should be, okay? And I try to teach you tools to clear out everybody else's belief system so you can find out who you are. Religion is somebody else's point of view. Spirituality is you finding your own truth between you and the universe. Okay? It's personal. Don't let anybody else tell you. Question everything, even what I tell you. And the most important things when you start on a spiritual path is grounding and protection. Okay? We're reinforcing that again today with some people. Grounding and protection, and then you explore your spiritual path, because otherwise you don't know what you're bringing in.
Do any of your videos or tutorials on YouTube go over grounding?
You brought that up. I was thinking this morning that I needed to do one on grounding and protection. I just haven't had the energy to go in and explore different types of grounding and protection. But I will go in and do a video on how I do my grounding and protection. Okay. But you can find a lot of videos on YouTube about grounding protection. We're not going over chakra colors tonight, but it's on the list for me to start looking at the colors and stuff. Yeah, we won't do that tonight, huh? I'll work on that. We'll start working on that on Friday nights. But we'll start talking about chakra colors. We'll start talking about doing shields, peace shields, and we'll start doing. We've got a couple more experiments we can do too. Jojo got 10 things happening? Yeah. Yes. What did I tell you? Something was shifting on the channel also. And I always ask you guys, what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to learn? Because sometimes I bring something in and I try to teach it, and you guys just kind of don't hear what I'm saying, So it's like, well, what do I do? I try to pick specific topics sometimes, and it goes in a whole different direction. I started going back to letting it flow, and it seems like things are flowing better. And Thursday we should talk about grateful and being grateful. Yeah. And that again is the power of the spoken word. you know and I'm encouraging people to take but out of your vocabulary, because that creates a block when you're talking about something. Okay, take out should, would, could have, would have. you know want means to lack. you know I want this, I lack this.
Going to?
Going to, try. Take try out of your vocabulary. Yes, communication is a spell. Yes, it is. Stupid flies.
Have you had, sorry, just wondering, have you had snow yet, Casey?
We had snow last weekend, but it's running in the 50s and 60s this week.
Oh, okay. We had a little bit of snow the other day, but it melted.
Yeah. When I was a little girl, it used to snow here and it'd be around for 2-3 weeks. They say it takes thousands of years for a climate to change in an area. I've watched it in the past 50 years. Yeah. There's a lot of silly words, useless words, and sometimes you have to go back and look at some of the original definitions. Do you know one of the original definitions of sin is to miss the mark? Okay, if you miss the mark, what do? You go back and you do it different because you've learned your lesson. Until they tell us you've sinned and you have failed in the eyes of a God. Or I know that's not the right way to say it. You have sinned. I can't think of it. I talked about it on Friday. Yeah. But what are we putting out to the universe? The wish card. Okay? The wish card. What are you wishing for? Whatever you are dwelling on, whatever you are focused on. We talked about the Tai Chi trick on Friday. I've talked about that several times. Okay, Cece, so a Tai Chi, I can't talk tonight, trick is where you put your arms, you fold your arms at the elbow, okay? You focus your attention into the earth, and then you have two people try to lift you by your arms. You're going to be heavy. Now, you take your attention and you focus it in the clouds, and those same two people try to lift you, you're going to be a lot lighter. Okay? This is a perfect example of how your attention, where you are putting your focus, affects your reality. That is such a huge lesson to learn. So if you are worried, like Kelly's worried about drawing in a specific person, so what is she going to do? She's going to draw in that specific person. What I would do, Kelly, I would put him in the bubble. I would also visualize putting him in a bubble and handing him off to an angel. So it's like, when my counterpart, whatever he is, I don't want to call him twin flame, because no matter what I did, I couldn't block this guy. I put him in a bubble. I send him off into the horizon. I turn around and he'd be right behind me. What? I put brick walls up into infinity throughout eternity. He'd still get past them. I would put him in. I did so many things. It was crazy. I put his name into between two oranges and put him in the freezer. That kept him away the longest, but he still found a way back. I thought I had got rid of him, and I was driving to Arizona. I was sleeping in a campground one night. There he was. I was talking to somebody, one of my guides, whatever, whoever it was, in my sleep. He popped in, was shocked because he actually got through again and popped back out. And I remember turning around and telling somebody, why is he here? It's like, been blocking this guy. So somebody mentioned the astral plane. So what I did is I went in and closed the level of astral plane that he comes through on. And I haven't heard from him since. But I can feel that he is extremely agitated and upset because he can't through. And this is what gets me. It's been 6 years. 6 years. And he's still agitated because he can't get through to me. What the heck? Spiritual stalker.
Yikes.
You know, so, but it's, yeah. And I was talking to Tracy Hoover. She comes in. We were talking on Facebook one night. She goes, yeah, he's been gone for a while. And I said, yeah. And I blocked him on I blocked him on the astral plane, and he hasn't come back through. And she goes, oh, but I could feel that he's really, 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 really upset and agitated because he can't get through. What the heck? You didn't want a relationship with me. I cut it off because you didn't want anything. And you're still coming after me on the spiritual plane? Please. Please. What's the use in that? I was proud of me because I wasn't going to settle. He didn't want to move forward. He didn't want to do anything. I stopped it. I said, you don't want anything? I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to settle. You know? Love stalker. That's a topic of discussion. Oh, I know. I was begging everybody for solutions to block this guy. If he knows where I live, Casey. He knows where I live. If he wants to talk to me, he will have to do it in the physical. You can't keep pulling this stuff on me, disrupting my sleep and everything. Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because I had a reading. One lady says, oh, yeah, this guy's coming back. She goes, I could do ritual and stuff and find out when he's coming back. And I thought, I'm not paying this lady $80 to do this ritual. And I had another reading, went to the lady, and she goes, I do see him coming back. Everybody sees him coming back. Even JoJo sees him coming back. Who knows? Maybe 10 years from now. But the thing is, she said, he's never left in the first place. That's when I realized, okay, I need to block this guy on some level. That's when I started looking for ways to block him, you know. I'm not going to settle. But that's one of the things I like about this channel is because we can talk about things like that. We can help each other. People come in, and all kinds of people come in and talk. CC, if you 99, if you want, if we usually do this on Friday nights. Okay. I know genders aren't real. The thing is, a lot of indigenous cultures talk about there are 5 genders. There's male, female, the female that thinks they're a man that thinks they're a female, and transgender. And they're all considered sacred. You know? And I guess this kind of leads up, you know. So, because this has been out of my mind all weekend too. If you look at the Lord's Prayer, okay? If you look at the Lord's Prayer, it says, and do not lead us into temptation. I remember as a child thinking, God is good. Why would he lead us into temptation? I thought that as a child. in some Bibles, some of the older Bibles, like I think the African Bible, one of the African Bibles, it says, "And do not let us be led into temptation." This is one of the things that's lost in the interpretation from one language to another. Because my both my husbands spoke Spanish, and sometimes they had troubles interpreting from Spanish to English without learning interpretation. And another one that I really question is, everywhere it says fear the Lord, actually should be love the Lord. You know? So it's because there's a very similar, back in when they were doing translations, the words were very similar, you know. So again, okay, I'm not going to stay on much longer. Yeah, but deliver us from evil. Yeah, deliver us from evil, and do not let us be led into temptation. Yeah. Yes. Because somebody taught me, they said this is the way the Aramaic prayer was, but when I looked at the Aramaic Bible, it was a little different. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, so on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our offenses as we forgive our offenders. And do not let us be led into temptation, for thine is the power, the glory, forever. Yeah. But I always say all the time, why would God give you free will for religion to take it away from you? You know, Howard, when you were a kid, yeah, yeah. But question everything, even what I tell you. I try to give you tools to heal yourself. Okay. We have the bubble technique. There's a playlist. I have a playlist. Yeah. Good night, Kelly. Have a good night. If you look in my playlists under classes, there's a bubble technique in there. I don't even remember what's in there no more. I need to, like Kelly said, and I was thinking this earlier this week too. I need to put a video in on how I do grounding and protection. Um, there's so many videos on it that I hadn't done it. I always encourage everybody to go in and do grounding and protection. I think there's a video in there on who does it belong to. I think so. I'll go in and look. But it's, yeah. How much of everything you're thinking, doing, and saying are you picking up from everybody else? You have a good night too, Casey. I'm going to log off here in a minute too, because I did 6 hours Friday night, and then we listened to 7 hours last night, and with Jano, and yeah. So I invite you to join us on Friday nights, Cece. Okay, I'm glad you could make it. I wanted to check in with my people to see. We are doing an experiment. Ask the universe for a gift within 48 hours. May take a little bit longer, be a little bit patient, but see if something shows up for you. Okay. So everybody have a good night. Thanks for being here. Yeah. 11, 12. Yeah. 22, 23. Yeah. That's awesome, Jojo. Thanks for showing us that. Okay, so everybody have a good night. Jojo, did you put your experiment out there? Did you ask for a gift within 48 hours? We invite you always to come in and talk, communicate. We can support you in your growth, and we go out and spread it into the world. That's how we change the world, one person at a time. It sort of came. Okay, okay. Not fully done yet. Okay, accept it anyway. It's coming. Just know, have that faith, and know that it's coming. That's 99% of the battle is having the faith. Yep. Okay, everybody have a good night. See you on Friday night, and namaste.